First at 4, we are about to make a huge dent in our rainfall deficit, but unfortunately it is all coming at once. Find out how much rain we're going to end up with by tomorrow morning. Karen?
Also, first at 4, we'll show you the new jump in new COVID cases, plus where Governor Whitmer stands right now on reimposing restrictions. And the billionaire's gift, how Dan Gilbert is going to be changing lives for Detroit residents on the brink of losing something precious. First at 4 starts now.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, we are counting down to a change in the weather, some heavy rain moving towards Metro Detroit, and we'll definitely feel the impact into the morning tomorrow. Ben Bailey standing by. All right, Ben, when does the rain get here?
Well, Karen, we're going to see some of those drops fall probably before the sun goes down, but the bulk of it's coming overnight, and this is a strong system. You can see it's spawning severe weather across the south. Tornado watches out there for parts of Mississippi and Alabama. We've already had reports of over a half dozen twisters. Even though we're not anticipating severe weather, there is a lot of rain and a lot of wind with this system. Rainfall chances really start ramping up overnight as we get through the nighttime hours. We also have lakeshore flood advisories out for Sanilac and St. Clair counties starting tonight through tomorrow afternoon. And you can see those temperatures falling from the 60s to the 50s tonight. We're even going to the 40s and 30s by tomorrow morning. But it is the morning commute where we're really focused on, and we'll look at that a little bit closer in just a few minutes. Karen?
All right, thank you, Ben. Now, many of you may have been surprised by the number of new COVID cases in Michigan yesterday. They took a big jump. Well, we did just learn it happened again. The state is reporting the number has passed 5,200. That again is in the past day. It's an increase of 770 cases in the past 24 hours. Plus, we've seen an additional 49 deaths, including 30 from a vital records review. Governor Whitmer watching those case numbers closely, blaming outbreaks in high school sports and the spread of new COVID variants in Michigan. At a Pancakes and Politics breakfast, the governor says she is not thinking about tightening restrictions right now, but does admit that could change if numbers keep going up.
But I'm hoping that it's not. And that's why we're reiterating, every one of us has a personal responsibility to do what we need to do to keep ourselves safe and our community and our families safe as well.
Meantime, President Joe Biden is trying to speed up vaccines. He is now hoping to get a total of 200 million shots administered by his 100th day in office. We'll have more from the president in just a few minutes. Now, he has invested heavily in Detroit's downtown. Now, billionaire businessman Dan Gilbert has a plan to help the city's neighborhoods. The two philanthropic organizations connected to Gilbert will be investing $500 million in the city. An initial investment of $15 million will be used to create the Detroit Tax Relief Fund. It will pay off the property tax debt of 20,000 Detroiters. Gilbert says no one should have to make the decision of keeping their home or feeding their families.
Tomorrow morning will be a new start and a new era for a large chunk of the city's residents who have been left behind for far too long. Additionally, today's announcement is a doubling down on our commitment to Detroit, its people, its mayor, its council, its county executive, and its future. We expect this first investment to impact every neighborhood across the city. Through the Gilbert Family Foundation and Rocket Community Fund, we hope this $500 million investment will touch every single Detroiter in some way, shape, or form.
The money will be administered by a local nonprofit that will also provide financial counseling to homeowners. We posted the steps that you must take to qualify on the homepage of clickondetroit.com. We'll have more on Gilbert's big plans tonight at 5. Eastern Michigan University students, they are demanding answers this afternoon after a new lawsuit claims the university did nothing about reported sexual assaults on campus. Protesters gathered this afternoon for a march in Ypsilanti to show their support. Now, according to the lawsuit, 11 women claim they were sexually assaulted on or near campus between the years 2015 and 2020. They say school officials covered up what happened. University, meantime, has denied the allegations. 3 men charged in the murder of a Van Buren Township woman are headed to trial for more than 2 days. Prosecutors laid out their case about who they believe murdered 27-year-old Egypt Covington. She was found bound by Christmas lights and shot in the head inside of her home in June of 2017. Timothy Moore, Shane Evans, and Shannon Groom face first-degree murder charges. At 5, you'll hear from Covington's family about their long wait for answers and what comes next. The man accused of carrying out the Colorado supermarket shooting appeared in court for the first time today. Ahmad Alissa is facing 10 counts of first-degree murder for Monday's shooting at King Soopers grocery store. His defense attorney asked for an assessment of his mental health, but did not provide details of the condition he may suffer from. Alissa is being held without bond. The district attorney says more charges are on the way. President Biden just held his very first news conference on his 65th day in office. Now, he's met with reporters one-on-one, but not in this traditional give-and-take format. The president faced some questions on an array of issues, trying to kick things off with this theme.
All I know, I've been hired to solve problems, not create division.
The president also made news on a few issues. Kimberly Gill joins us now to run down the highlights. Kim.
Yeah, hi, Karen. Good afternoon. Biden kicked things off celebrating some of his early accomplishments, such as passing COVID relief and getting 100 million COVID shots done well before his first 100 days. Reporters, though, quickly turned to hot-button issues such as immigration, the Senate filibuster, and Republican efforts to reform election laws. That last issue drew a heated response. Listen.
It is the most pernicious thing. This makes Jim Crow look like Jim Eagle. I mean, this is gigantic, what they're trying to do. And it cannot be sustained. And do everything in my power, along with my friends in the House and the Senate, to keep that from becoming the law.
The president says he wants to see the Senate pass a sweeping voting rights expansion already passed by the House. He indicated he would support changes in the filibuster, such as requiring senators to keep talking on the Senate floor to prevent a vote, or might go further, especially for issues he says are critical to democracy, such as voting rights. When it comes to immigration, the president says he's asked the military to open Fort Bliss in Texas to free up 5,000 beds for unaccompanied minors. Biden says he's working to fix the problem at the border, but does not regret recent changes.
Rolling back the policies of separating children from their mothers, I make no apology for that. Rolling back the policies of remain in Mexico, sitting on the edge of the Rio Grande in a muddy circumstance with not enough to eat. I make no apologies for that. I make no apologies for ending programs that did not exist before Trump became president, that have an incredibly negative impact on the law, international law, as well as on human dignity.
There's still much more to come on that border battle. President Biden also says he plans to run for re-election in 2024, but says it's really too soon to comment on anything. We'll have more from the president when you join us tonight on Local 4 News at 5. Until then, Karen, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Kim.
Sure.
During the COVID pandemic, we have been checking in with local students on their struggles, their successes, and how COVID is affecting their day-to-day lives. Well, no surprise, they're starting to get concerned about end-of-year activities like graduations and proms. Paula Tutman rounded up a group of future voters who have a message for Lansing about what they need right now.
I talked to some students from the Walled Lake Consolidated School District today, and they say that they believe it is time for lawmakers to earn their future votes by making some timely decisions now about the end of the school year.
I think the biggest thing for us right now is we want a few answers. We want to know the things we can and can't do.
6 students and their superintendent, who's also the vice president for the K-12 Alliance of Michigan, which represents more than 500,000 students and teachers, say they needed to start planning the final chapter of high school yesterday.
Once we get even just a baseline of an answer, we can at least start to do more, and we can start to give other people hope.
And students hope lawmakers will hear them today.
I can say confidently that all of us on this Zoom club worked really hard for our GPAs. Getting to walk across the stage and get the diploma, I think, is really important to us.
And these students seem to get the need for COVID safety more than some of the parents.
We have to look at everything that's going on, because we don't want to have a huge gathering, but then 25% of the people that come there get affected with COVID. Because if those 25% get affected with COVID, they could spread it to others unknowingly if some are asymptomatic and so on.
Without immediate guidance from Lansing, having a meaningful graduation is in flux. And it's not like last year where no one saw the pandemic coming. The pandemic is here and has been here. And so the ability to plan should not be considered a knee-jerk reaction this year.
I would love to see some flexibility so we can hold our graduation ceremonies properly honor our senior class. Let families sit together, space out our students on the floor, and we think we can do it safely.
Seniors don't know what is happening, so we're like, is this going to happen or is it not going to happen? And obviously, like, we want to like make plans and stuff like that to ensure that we get a proper celebration of our last 12 years of school.
There's always another way that we can make something happen, even if it isn't the regular graduation ceremony we do.
The legislators need to give us a chance to show them that they can trust us, because I think that the community can rally together and allow us to have senior events if we all just follow guidelines.
Action from not only our legislators, but the community around us, and stepping up and following our guidelines to get us to that point is just really important right now.
Superintendent Gutman said he thought he would hear from Lansing by the end of this week, but check your calendar. Today is Thursday, and he has heard crickets from lawmakers. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
Now, the other big concern on the horizon for these students, spring break, and how people are spending that time. They know any spike in community spread affects everything they do, from here to graduation. Still ahead, first at 4. If you are looking to give your garden an upgrade this spring, one retailer may have just the gift to help you get started. And this is the calm before the rain. Metro Detroit about to get soaked. Ben will show you how long it will last and what a cold front will do to temperatures. But first, talk about getting stuck in traffic, how this shipping disaster could have a big impact on the consumer goods many of us count on. First at 4 continues in just a few minutes.